Fallon Taylor.
Little lady with a great challenge in front of her. This is Flo.
BABYFLO. She wins the world championship. And the winner's circle for that cowgirl.
Fallon Taylor will win.
She's riding a new horse, Oliver Champion Flo.
One of the babies for BABYFLO.
Low to the flow.
Hush money. All the hush money.
What's up, Flomies? Welcome back to my channel, you guys. I have worked a very long time on this particular vlog. I think I worked over 3 years to make this vlog right now. I'm excited to bring you along. If you've been following me on other forms of social media, you will know that Smoke Show has been getting ready for this very day. So first of all, let me go back and just say, if you are finding yourself struggling with finding your purpose or knowing what you're striving toward, the first thing you do is just pick something that you have an inkling to do, whatever it may be. And for me, I want a goal tied to training horses. And for me, pro rodeo just seems really far away when you're talking about from weanling to pro rodeo. It takes a really long amount of time to get Hush Money and Lolo and whoever that we've rodeoed on, Flowbot. It takes 6-7 years to make that happen. So I wanted something that was a little bit closer to me that would help me stay a little bit more locked in with all of these colts and all of the projects going on. I wanted something to make me feel like there was light at the end of the tunnel and like there weren't just horses everywhere. So if you are making a goal for yourself, let me tell you what basically this whole vlog is about. And that is tying an end date to your goal. For me, I decided let's do the futurity thing because that makes me go, okay, by November 15th, your colt has to be somewhat ready. Now, in the back of my mind, I'm always gonna keep these things in mind. Is the colt mentally ready for this, physically ready for this? If not, we will shut everything down, no big deal. But if all systems are go, that November 15th deadline is the first day that a 3 coming 4 or 4 coming 5-year-old horse can compete and be eligible for all the aged events. So I did that. I got Smoke Show in and broke and ready to go, not myself. I had someone else do that hard stuff. And then I started her on the barrel pattern myself, got her started seasoning. I really started locking in on the barrel pattern June of this year, making sure that she was plenty broke. By about August, we were running barrels. And then November 16th has now showed up and we traveled to Guthrie, Oklahoma to make our very first ever competitive run. Now, the cool thing about futurities is you can go exhibition. So you're allowed to go exhibition, make practice runs, but you're not allowed to enter any classes. So I didn't really know where her times would end up. And futurities are usually 2D, but a different 2D than normal. So typical 2D in an open or 2 divisions is you got your first place horse, then you add a half second, and that's your second division horse, and they award prizes to the top in both of those. In a futurity, it's typically a full second between the first division and the second division. So I wanted to be within that second division, and I'm excited to say, well, you're just gonna have to watch for yourself. Here is Smoke Show's very first competitive run. Check it out. the 2D. You guys, not only that, but if I come back and make a run similar to that 16-3, I'm gonna qualify for the average prizes in all the different incentives like Future Fortunes, Tomorrow's Legends, and many other things. So I'm excited to see this second run. It's a 16-3, and she had a day off in between to make sure that it wasn't too much for her. And I'm excited to say she won her very first check, almost $1,000 at her very first competitive run at the BFA. We could not be more excited. This mare is also a Ruby Buckle incentive horse, which means that all the things that Cody and Mojo can go to, now I can go to on Smoke Show. So I'm really excited about that throughout the year. Yes, she's going to see some pro rodeos, but most likely not this year, probably not until the very end of the year. So she's going to be 5 on January 1, how AQHA does it. She's going to be 5 this coming year. So I might hit some amateur rodeos, a whole lot of jackpots. And if she decides she absolutely loves it, we'll do some pro rodeos. But for now, Lolo and Hush Money are going to remain in the driver's seat as my pro rodeo horses. That way I don't have to worry about getting discouraged with showing a colt the pro rodeo season after season. For me, I kind of need to get on and ride something that's seasoned and finished at the rodeo so I can feel like I'm still making progress while these babies get some ground underneath them and really feel good. So for my first futurity competition, and it's not my first because I went to Colorado, but I'm going to say like my first like planned out 2 years in advance futurity with this deadline. I'm really, really proud. Now I have another deadline for myself that is April of 23 for another one of my futurity colts, and I'm going to stick with that and decided to stagger. I've got one colt coming along faster than another. So I've got one that I need to be ready in April of 23 and all of my others to be ready next November 16th of 23. So I'm very excited for that because one of my colts can kind of lag behind and we can take a little bit more time on her. Here's a little sneak peek at next year's futurity lineup. Also, don't forget that Smoke Show is going to be in the Derbies for the next 3 years, so it's going to be really exciting to watch her. She is one of my personal favorites, and I took her to an open competition. I'm going to let you see her next jackpot footage where she runs just 3/10 off of Lolo right here. If she decides to outrun Lolo and Hush Money and all of my other rodeo horses, I'm going to let her have a stab at it. But for now, I'm going to let her mature as she sees fit. If she decides to like really take after it, we'll go. If she decides to hang back a little bit, that's fine with me. Here is a look at our 2023 futurity hopefuls. I'll tell you more about these guys in another vlog, but when you guys don't see me on social media, just know I'm on one of these horses, working my tail off, trying to get them ready for that next deadline, 364 days away. You guys, thank you so much for being a part of this vlog and this journey. If you've been watching it online, I'm so pumped up, and I'm already eye on the prize for next year. I want to have all of my horses in that 1D, so I'm going to work extra hard. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe and ding that notification bell. And as always, don't forget to count your blessings, drink your protein, and say thank you to Jesus. See you next time.